It's been too long. I know. I used to be way better than this. So first of all, thank you so much for being here still. And I'm not gonna play guitar on this video, which could be a bummer for some of you. But on the other hand, I have some news. And I'd like to share that my album is done. Finally. But when I say done, it doesn't mean fully ready yet. But I've done it. Everything I could in terms of recording, in terms of production, and organizing most of the details of it. So it's not in my hands anymore. It's in God's hands and some other professionals that I trust very, very much. And I would like to talk a little bit of this entire process, including why it took me so long to finish my first record. Almost a decade, I would say. And why I still think it's a great time, not a perfect time, but it's still a great time to release this project at this season and at this age of life. So let's do it. Welcome back. And by the way, you could get the Asato, my guitar course, for half of the price. Yes, 50% off. And the sales ends today, technically. But you know what? I'm gonna make an exception for you, and I'm gonna extend the discount until September 14th. So you have an extra 2 days to think about it. In April of 2025, my friends and I went to East West Studios in Los Angeles to record 14 songs that I can finally call it as my debut album. Anthony Uriarte on drums, Isaias Alpes on bass and percussion, and Matt Mainhard as a mixing engineer, executive producer, and also the one who picked East West as the place to track them all. Sort of against my will, to be honest. I did not want to choose a legendary hyped studio for this because first, it's too expensive, or it could get very expensive, and second, that additional feeling of running against time in an epic place, you know, and we had 14 songs in such short amount of time, 3 days, so it was a little bit of an insanity for me. Plus, studio is not my cup of tea. But anyways, since the fact Matt was going to be the mixing guy for these songs, I just embraced his idea, and he was right. The place was special. We had a very, very amazing time there, all of us. So thank you, Matt, and thank you to the East West people. It was great. Free leaks every Mondays on my stories, don't miss out. Being more careful with my words was a major lesson learned from my past interviews. I've said so many times this last 6-7 years about releasing a record anytime soon that I feel I lost my credibility over this topic. You know, I also feel that people, including my fans, became more skeptical about what to expect from me as an artist, and that created this sort of an internal problem because I created this extra feeling of rush to release something because I said it, because I promised, instead of just doing it for the right purpose. I've always loved making instrumentals and listening to this kind of music. But in my early 20s, I started to wonder if just playing guitar was enough. I remember hearing from some people that I've worked in the past something like, oh man, if you knew how to sing, we could have gone bigger places. And the fact that I'm not a singer created this sort of frustration that I've never felt before. As a musician. And for some years I carried this thought of underestimating the potential of my own art for not having any lyrics, which was also part of the reason why I went through some different phases of figuring out how I could make up this lack of identity I thought I was facing. Another thing that seems easy at first to manage, but in reality is a bit different, is to have a career as a sideman and at the same time the will to make your own. I spent my whole 20s being a sideman, working with some of the greatest artists in pop music. I was able to travel the world, play at the most legendary venues and festivals, and so many other things that helped me to grow as a musician. But towards my last years as a sideman, I realized that I had to make a choice. I can't serve two things. And especially under the circumstances I was in, thankfully, trading the stability and the status of playing for a pop star to start walking on my own steps was a very tough decision. And that takes time, of course. And speaking of time, now in my 30s, I was able to organize myself better. I achieved other great things in life, professionally and personal side. And mainly, I was able to give myself a proper season of rest, which was very important to visualize things over a different perspective and to bring back the meanings of why I'm a guitar player and not a singer. Cleared the path for me to start this first season of my solo career with a very great feeling left, and I hope you feel the same. I'm very excited about this record and I truly can't wait to show you. And I don't know, something tells me that my next video here I will give you a little bit more of it, so stay tuned. It's for real this time.